Hi guys, so just made a video on what I'd do if I could stop time. Now I'm going to do a video on what I would do basically if I had God mode 24/7. So I was discussing this with my mate Jack. Basically, if you could unlock God mode, but I thought some more useful appliances to it. So you might be wondering, what is God mode? So God mode would be, for example, I was saying, imagine if I had the power to stop time, or the power to do X or Y or something like that. Like it's a hypothetical power, and that's something irregular that you wouldn't have in real life, for example. Yeah. But the idea of God mode is that you are God, and instead of being assigned a specific power, you have the power to do anything. So you could create new worlds, you could turn yourself into a woman, you could turn yourself into 4 billion dogs. You could do any concept imaginable or not imaginable, I guess. So, yeah, basically you have the power to do anything. And I was discussing with my friend what to do, and yeah, I was thinking in my own. I actually think I would probably make the real world a utopian world, and then very quickly after, I'd probably make like, I don't know, new worlds to explore, that kind of thing. Like I'd probably create universes with different animals, universes with different laws of physics and gravity, universes that are just like magic based universes. So instead of the people there using science, they all live on magic. Or maybe like I don't know, make it into a game, I guess, for the civilizations that live there. Make it so that some civilizations like ours have to triumph through knowledge and technology in order to traverse into other worlds, maybe through advancement of physics, or maybe through a propulsion system that's so strong that it can move through universes, who knows. And make it so the magical creatures have to become proficient at magic, and maybe so there's like some cross universes where when the possibility arises that one goes to another verse, it doesn't ruin a certain universe, it just makes a new universe in which that happens, kind of thing. So the whole multiverse theory. And I kind of feel I'd do basically all the human experiences possible first. Like, what would it be like if I ruled the world? What would it be like if I was a slave for 20 years? If I had 100,000 times the speed that I can go at now, and 100,000 times the strength and stuff. What would it be like to simultaneously be a million people at once? So I'd be experiencing a million people's thoughts and feelings at once, like kind of a network of people. That kind of thing is probably what I'd do first, right? It's a whole human experience. Everything that I could think of in that. Then I guess, yeah, like I say, I'd make new universes based on like social animals, on creatures. Some universes just that are void of life, just for something interesting, an interesting landscape. And I'd maybe direct like certain tribes or certain life forms in a certain way that's kind of preset but kind of not pushed out. So I imagine if God existed, maybe this is what God did, unless, and if God did exist, maybe God was just a computer program and we're part of it. That's the Matrix, and why wouldn't we just be matrices of matrices? Who's to say the Sims characters aren't alive, right? So yeah, the first stage of being God, I would do all these kinds of crazy things. I'd make everyone in China a billionaire and watch them destroy the world, and then reverse time and blah 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 blah. I'd make myself invincible and fight people all the time with no weapons, and watch them just get obliterated whilst trying to kill me with tanks. All kinds of crazy stuff. And as I say, I'd make weird new like combination creatures, like slime dragon creatures in different lands with like phosphoric atmospheres and magic and shit, live there and have magic powers. And then I feel like after probably not even several thousand years, probably just several hundred years, like 600 or 700 years, I think I'm pretty well bored of this. I've achieved every single human achievement I ever wanted to, and experienced every human experience I ever wanted to or ever could imagine, and every sort of social and living experience. And then yeah, I'd maybe make worlds more based on physics and colours, like universes with different sort of arrangements of physics in different parts, with like teleportation portals and stuff in between different parts of the universe, so you can teleport from one bit to another. Things that like frazzle the physical body, so you come out as a bunch of colours and stuff like that. And yeah, like gigantic planets crashing into each other, you know, mass scale explosions that I could experience as a small being, make it so I was this size in this human body on a planet like Earth, watching a planet many billions of times larger crashing into another one from a seeable distance, and just feel what the force would do to a planet. You know, imagine a realistic distance where I could feel it and just understand that I caused that, you know. I can make the perfect star alignments. It would be amazing. I can make planets where, you know, all of my awful, worst fantasies, you know, all my violent tendencies, aggressive things, all my hatred is in one, and all the people I don't like, I'm just sort of boxing them in a corner forever, just forever beating them to death. But you know, I get bored of that, and I probably, as I've said before, I'll probably just make a utopian world where people are happy. Not just because, you know, that's a nice thing to say and do, but it would be interesting to watch, you know, just kind of everyone, you know, how they would act if they were truly free, or maybe recreate this world and just change some things, you know, just change some things, or maybe just like recreate this world and turn everyone into a blue person like it was always the thing. Who knows? I could make like living mountains and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, basically I feel as if I had the power of God. I wouldn't really do much but recreate random worlds. I'd probably make it so eventually when I got bored of all that and I just got sick of it, I'd kind of leave it to rot and just put myself on eternal pleasure, and yeah, instead of having to figure it out and worry about stuff and my creations and how things are going, basically live in eternal pleasure, because I kind of feel like if you are God, you might as well do that and nothing else, because you know the concept's baffling to humans, because we think, oh, I wouldn't want to be in eternal pleasure because we can't experience it. We can only experience momentary pleasure, and we kind of had this awareness of being in pleasurable situations all the time isn't necessarily good for us or our survival or humanity in general, and we can't really experience infinite pleasure unless, you know, we're born and we're just injected with insane amounts of heroin for the rest of our lives and then we die 3 years later. It's not really humanly experienceable, I don't think. But as a god I could experience that forever, without these concepts of, you know, oh it'll end and this, that and the, no, just pure pleasure forever. No concept of needing more, no concept of needing less, just always experiencing that. You could never get bored of it because it would be infinite pleasure. It wouldn't allow the boredom, you know. Our concept of pleasure, our concept of infinite pleasure is the idea that we enjoy something and after 20 days there's something missing. I'm talking about a kind of pleasure where there's never anything missing, where it's always the perfect feeling. You can never get the idea in your head that there's anything wrong. You can never get the idea of being outside of pleasure. It's a really hard kind of experience to explain, because it's hard to imagine. I've only experienced it once, and that was on mushrooms, and obviously it wasn't eternal. Well, a couple of times on DM as well, but my point is that ended, and now I'm not in the state of understanding it, whereas before I was when I was in that state. And yeah, as a god, why wouldn't you just experience infinite pleasure forever? What? There's nothing else. You need nothing else after that. But anyways, that was a little talk on what I would do if I basically could enable God mode on myself. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and see you on another video.